Okay, Coach Garland, you guys are here at the coaches convention. You just ran a pretty energetic session there. You like teaching still, it looks like. Is that? Can I say
Yeah,
that's
it's all right. Yeah, no, I'm into teaching. Yeah, hopefully I consider myself an educator, but yeah, man. Well, anything I do, I'm trying to bring energy. And I know Keith Gavin said to me once before we went into a home visit. He said, I was like, Keith, we gotta stop off and get coffee, man. I'm like, I can't be low energy going in this house. And if you know Keith, he's very monotone. He goes, I don't think anybody would ever confuse you for being low energy. It's just like, so I think everything I do is pretty high end.
You drink coffee?
What's that?
You drink coffee?
Only addiction I got, man. I don't smoke, I don't drink alcohol, but darn it, do I do coffee. I'm into it. Yeah.
You gotta stop.
Yeah.
You got a lot of co-juice, man. I'm looking at it though. I love, the kids obviously they're really engaged in it. It's a fun teaching style, but coming to the convention and being able to add to the C3 to the convention, which you guys haven't never had to do recruiting here before.
No.
What's that done? What's that been like for you to come here and have to do a little recruiting?
Well, I mean, I didn't, honestly, I didn't do any recruiting. I just helped out. They asked me to come and teach, and so I was just about serving the people. I love Brian Hazard, and I love what the compound's doing and what those guys. I got to hang out with Pete Yates today, the guy that was a thorn in my flesh for years at Virginia Tech. I got to hang out with him and all the guys associated with that neck of the woods. I just wanted to help them and help the kids, and the kids were great. I mean, they're wicked obedient. You saw, I mean, they were on attention the whole time, locked in the whole time. So I didn't do any recruiting, but
you did though. I don't think you realized you just did.
Well, I didn't mean to.
Every guy, you know what I mean? Like you,
Yeah.
So you inadvertently recruited because when you hand that high energy, guys want to go wrestle for a guy like that. I do. I want to go work for a guy like that.
Appreciate that.
You know, but I'm saying like you're inadvertently recruiting. What's that like to at least be able to come here and at least add that element? Maybe next year you recruit and just go watch.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But what's it like to add that element?
I think let's just say this. I think it's a great thing. I think it's a great thing they're doing. We're all here. They're here. I mean, it makes sense. So yeah, but as far as like, that what I just did right there, I tell my guys this all the time, is just be faithful. And so I just try to be faithful in opportunity. Whenever, like, I got to speak 3 times, I got to present at the Leadership Academy. I was a mentor at the Leadership Academy. Every time I got up there, I got to do the best job I can with what I've got. Max out in the gifts and talents I've been given and the calling to speak. Same thing there, right? I get in there, I got to do everything I can to make sure these guys have a great experience with me teaching.
So I look at the energy, we talk about that, but what are you guys looking for? Obviously you're looking for high energy guys. We understand that.
Yeah.
Not every guy's gonna have the same style. We do understand that, but what is UVA looking for when they're looking for a recruit?
Yeah, I actually gave a speech at the Rotunda on the lawn this year, and I talked to a bunch of faculty members about that exact question. And I said, you know what? It's evolved over the years for me, and this is just recently, and probably Jack Mueller exemplifies this for me, is I'm looking for individuals. When I walked around campus with him, when he came to grounds for an unofficial visit, I kind of was feeling him out about partying and how he navigates through that. And he's a good-looking kid, and he's smart, and he's got a great family. How do you deal with all the different temptations in high school? Because I don't want any of that for my program. I don't. I'm not in the business of social life. And long story short is it was just his answer, and I won't get into all the details, but his answer was so real and so honest. He's just so fixed on his goals. He doesn't care what the herd's doing. He's going to be an individual. So to me, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for guys that aren't afraid to be set apart a little bit. Does that make sense?
Totally, yeah. Looking for individuals who are going to be leaders and not go where the crowd goes.
Exactly.
Not going to be sheep.
Exactly. Yeah. I think
a lion.
Yeah, the guys I was just out at the Olympic Training Center, and those guys are leaders, man. They're not followers. The guys that are winning medals. So
I look at from Madison Square Garden. And I told you I was going to bring some stuff that you were going to like, but Madison Square Garden was a serious low point for you.
Oh, horrible!
I've never seen you like that.
Lowest point of my career.
Seriously,
sure.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, what is wrong with Steve Garland? Losing was wrong with you.
Yeah.
Not getting a guy on the podium was what was wrong with you, and it was just it was eating at you. I could tell.
Yeah.
You were physically sick. It seemed like.
I literally threw up. Yeah. George D. Camillo. I think that was a couple things. Number one, my heart broke for my guy George D. Camillo. It broke for him because I love him. Okay, and I don't mean that weird. I mean I love this kid. So when I saw his heart break with 1 second left, of whatever the tick
that
was
last
on the
10
clock,
seconds with the UVU match, yeah.
Oh my! I just I couldn't function. That's good side of it. That shows my heart. The bad side of it is the pity party part. I can't ever do that again. Shame on me, and by God's grace, I'll never do it again. You have to. Jim Miller, Coach Miller from Wartburg just said, "How quick can you move on from a negative?" I got to be able to. If I'm telling my guys they need to drop those weights and move on, then I need to move on too. And I'm hurting for the program. I'm hurting for our donors. I'm hurting for my wife. It's hurting, and I take that pain on myself, and I don't have to. That's not what I'm called to be doing. So, moving forward, the lesson is that like you even noticed it. right? I never want to be there again, and I don't want anybody I coach to ever be there again. So that's going to be an action item for our whole program moving forward.
You bring up Jack. Jack's obviously the leader. I mean, you get this guy to the NCAA semifinals as a true freshman, and you and I talked earlier in the year at Clarion, like, is he going to be ready? We'll figure that out. Yeah. He was ready.
Yeah.
Now it's time. He's got to knock off the national champ, that's returning at the weight.
Yeah.
What do you do here? What's the plan? How do you build around a guy like that?
Well, the plan is here's the plan with Jack and for anybody. This is going to sound so cliche, man, but I think it's huge for him. Is let's not look too far forward. I mean, we know what his goal is. His goal is to win every national title from here to eternity and then go and make the Olympics. We got all these great goals. But for him and for all my guys, it's like, let's literally get 1% better each day. Let's be a continuous learner, okay? Let's not let be outcome fixated. Let's be process fixated. Let's not let the past define our present, our future, like I just talked about. Let's put all those things together in a cocktail that makes it fun to go. One day he said to me, he had a great practice. I said, man, that would look good. He goes, it was the day that I came in and just did what I loved. Well, let's do that every day. I love being in there. He loves being in there. Let's do that every day. Let's everybody. We all love each other and we love being in the room. We love wrestling, man. This isn't combat. It's freaking wrestling. No one's going to die in there. Let's go in there and have some fun and get better. And let's focus on the process and let's be constantly learning and keep working on the 6 pillars of our program every day in our lives. And then let's see what happens when we get to the national tournament, because he's absolutely capable, and I got a lot of other guys in that room that are capable of that too.
You've had a lot of movement in your staff, from Moore to Clemson to Lean to, I mean, it has been some movement. You got Paulson's now.
Yeah.
You got both of them. Was that pretty intentional on your part to get both of them? Was it a package deal? I don't even know the specifics behind it. What went into getting the Paulsons?
So, well, you mentioned first of all the change in status. I'm proud of the fact that Scott Moore, who was with me for 4 years, is now the head coach at Lock Haven. Manny Rivera was with me, is now the head coach at Bakersfield. Gavin was with me 2 years, the head coach at Pitt. So I love that. Alex is the associate coach at a wonderful program. Jordan is with Keith now, right? So Gavin took Keith with him. So all that makes it, even though it hurts in the moment, you feel good when you take a step back, and you certainly feel good when you get the Paulson brothers. I believe wholeheartedly that God shuts doors and opens up other ones, and I believe he was completely, his sovereign hand opened up the door for me to get the Paulsons, and you better believe I was intentional about getting both of them. When I talked to Lean about him leaving, we had a heart-to-heart. It was an intense conversation, emotional conversation. When it was done, my next thought was, I got to get the Paulsons here somehow, some way. So I can't believe how it worked out where I was able to get both of them full-time. We were thinking club for one, full-time for the other, and then it just worked out we could get them both. And so I honestly, I'll say this about the Paulsons. They're amazing people. I think anybody that knows them knows that. They're really funny. Their wrestling knowledge is through the roof. The guys love them. But for me, what's been cool is I'm having a ball in the office. It's been 2 months of a lot of laughing and a lot of joy for me with those guys. And so that's been something I didn't know was going to happen. I'm really thrilled about. I love them both already.
Wife and kids are here. Do you got anything else for me? What do you like about the convention, I guess, is the last thing I'd ask you.
Yeah, so the Leadership Academy for me was awesome. It was a great experience this year. I actually was really engaged in it this year, and I think when you come at anything with the right attitude, I volunteered to do this. I asked Mike if I could do it. I wanted to be the guy that was learning this year. It was years past. Maybe it was arrogance, maybe it was pride, maybe it was fatigue. I don't know what it was, but my mind wasn't totally locked in like it should have been. This week, I'm learning and I'm getting better. So that's what I would tell you is that I'm excited about the whole convention in general. I'm excited about the different speakers I heard, amazing speakers. And thank you, man, by the way. It's always good to see you too, bro. That's what I'll add. Like, I freaking love your mug. When I see you, I get happy. So thanks for asking me to do this.
Hey, thanks for the time. We will catch up with you guys probably at Clarion.
That's right.